The afterlife might surprise you. What happens after you've kicked the bucket, as it were? Despite our more science-based perspectives on mortality, it appears that many of us believe in life after death. The Telegraph interviewed UK citizens in 2014, and just under 60% of respondents stated they believe some part of us lives on. In 2015, Pew Research asked respondents in the United States, which is still a predominantly Christian country, what happens after you die? According to the survey, 72% of Americans think that you go to paradise, which is described as a location where virtuous people are forever rewarded. According to the survey, 54% of adults in the United States believe in hell, which is defined as a place where people who have lived horrible lives and died without remorse are eternally punished. With that in mind, welcome to Could Be Anything channel. Don't forget to join our notification squad by subscribing and clicking the bell icon. Many people seem to believe that after death, we will be entrenched in some cloud-strewn utopia, or that if we haven't followed the ethics approved by our elected religion, we will face everlasting hellfire and the panorama of pleading to a bristly red man who by no means puts down his pitchfork. But first, let's look at some pragmatic realism and what happens to our bodies after we pass away. Your heart stops beating and there is no electrical activity in your brain, so doctors know you're dead. Brain death is the same as death, albeit machines can keep you alive for a little longer. You can potentially die of cardiac arrest, which occurs when your heart stops pumping and blood stops flowing through your body. The remarkable, even miraculous thing is that persons who have died from cardiac arrest but have been resurrected have stated that they were aware of what was going on around them. Others have described near-death experiences in which they walk towards a light. You can be brought back from what is known as clinical death, but you only have around 4 to 6 minutes to do so. However, suppose you reach the light and pass through. This is what we refer to as biological death. The game is done, the last whistle has blown, and you're as lifeless as a dodo. This is where things start to get a little shabby, but who cares, you're dead. When you're no longer with us, your muscles relax, and your sphincter relaxes with them. This means that the triple whopper and big fires you had for lunch will spill out of you, and the gas you're carrying may also leak out and stink. The same may be said for the urine in your bladder, thus dying is a messy business. You might even ejaculate, then. If you're a woman and you're pregnant, you can give birth after you've died, which is known as coffin delivery. But that doesn't happen very often. Instead of pushing, the infant is pushed into the world by the gases in the abdomen. As the body expels what is imprisoned inside, noises may be heard coming from your lips. Nurses and others who work around dead bodies have reported hearing very alive-sounding wails and whimpers emanating from them on a frequent basis. You may twitch, but this does not indicate that you are alive, they are simply muscular contractions. If you died on your stomach and the blood poured down your legs, you might acquire an erection rather quickly. All of your blood will congeal in one spot on your body. This is known as livor mortis, and it is the cause of the dark purple color you've seen on TV in sections of you. These are some of the wonderful things that might happen soon after you leave. When there is no blood flowing through your body, it begins to cool down, a condition known as algor mortis or death cold. It will continue to cool until it reaches the same temperature as the rest of your environment. Within 2 to 6 hours, you will become stiff, which is known as rigor mortis. This is due to calcium entering your muscle cells. Without blood flow, cells break down, allowing germs to proliferate, which causes you to disintegrate. It may appear that your hair or nails have gotten longer, but this is not the case. What's going on is that your skin is shrinking, providing the appearance of growth. Blisters will form on the body as well as the skin loosening. Putrefaction occurs next, when bacteria and germs begin to feast on you. You'll quickly begin to stink worse than anything you could have imagined while living. Rotten eggs, feces, and a used toilet left out for a month. X1000, one individual described the odor. It's a blasphemy. Everything that is soft soon becomes liquid, while bones, cartilage, and hair remain firm. By the time you're buried, you're already starting to decompose. However, if embalmed and buried, decomposition may take a long time. If you're left above ground for more than a month, you'll be a liquid mess, feasted on by insects, maggots, plants, and animals. Some specialists estimate that you will be reduced to a skeleton after 8 to 12 years underground. Even your bones will become part of the earth after about 50 years. We should also mention that the pace of decomposition is determined by a variety of elements, far too numerous to describe here. However, we believe you get the idea. While some people say their near-death experience was breathtaking, this isn't always the case. It was only dark emptiness, one Reddit user described his experience. There are no thoughts, no awareness, nothing. Is there something else out there? George Berkeley, an Irish empiricist philosopher, was so determined to learn what happened after death or during clinical death that he hanged himself to death, with a companion nearby ready to cut him down before he died. He felt there was something between heaven and earth, possibly the ether, as philosophers describe it. In intellectual circles, the incident has become legend, but it's widely assumed that all Berkeley discovered was that hanging hurts your neck. René Descartes was a French philosopher who believed that the soul was separate from the body, as many faiths claim, and that something stays after we die. Friedrich Nietzsche discussed the concept of perpetual recurrence, or endless return, which states that everything in the universe has and will continue to repeat itself indefinitely. You live the same life over and over again for the rest of your life. Doesn't that make you want to live a happy life? We can draw parallels with the Buddhist belief in the Wheel of Samsara, which states that all souls, or lifetimes, will repeat the cycle after death, though not in the same exact way. Reincarnation is a concept that some people believe is linked to what we call déjà vu. Buddhists believe that the only way to break the cycle is to become genuinely enlightened, and therefore achieve nirvana. Or do we make our way to paradise after our bodies cease working, tipping our hats to St. Peter at the pearly gates in the hopes that he won't reject us because we stole that candy bar on a school trip to Niagara Falls? Will we be whisked away to paradise, a land brimming with delectable meals and stunning maidens that will make your dead knees tremble? Or will we just see the earth, our souls nothing more than a passing fancy that diverted our attention away from our cosmic insignificance and the sense of futility that we occasionally feel here on terra firma? We can't tell you what it is, but we'd love to hear your thoughts. Please don't die on us. Share your ideas in the comments. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe as always. While this video was somewhat depressing, take a moment to consider your life right now and how you may improve it.